guys, Ash here coming at you with a Raid Champion guide. So, I just finished recording a video on this dude for my other YouTube channel, but I have to be fair to you guys. You did vote to see Shadowbow Tirlac here on the channel, and I'm going to make that happen for you all. The thing is I accidentally fed him. I think I mentioned this in maybe the Executioner guide video. I accidentally fed him, but then I was lucky enough to pull him again, and here I am a few days late building this champion for you. If you have any champion recommendations, requests, excuse me, that you'd like to see here on the channel, go ahead and drop a comment. Let me know. I will get to them as soon as I can. The more people I see talk about a certain champion, the more I'll gravitate on getting that champion, faster in the queue. So what does Shadowbow Tirlac do? He's a Sylvan Watcher. He looks freaking badass, man. I mean, I love it, dude. He's in the camouflage. He's got the camo suit. What do they call this thing? A ghillie suit? Is that what it's called? Either way, he's cool. He looks almost like a high elf with a bow and arrow, but obviously he's a Sylvan Watcher. He looks like one of those too. He's a really cool aesthetic, especially for a rare champion, right? I mean, they don't make rares any cooler than this, in my opinion. And he's a defense-based rare. Again, he's going to help a lot of players out, especially when Faction Wars comes out for Sylvan Watchers. Why is this dude so cool? First of all, defense-based, 1233 base defense, 1500 on the base HP, and 95 on the base speed. Shadowbow A1, weak version, decrease attack. On the A2, you can notice that 2 books go right to cooldown. 2 books go right to cooldown on the A3 as well. It's a 3-turn cooldown when booked, increased speed, weak version on the AoE defense based. On the A3, diversion places a veil on all allies except this champion for 1 turn. Veil also has damage mitigation, 7.5% less damage on AoE attacks. He also has a shield, which we'll come back to, but first the passive. Camo cover, decrease damage allies received by skills decrease the damage received from skills by allies under Veil or Perfect Veil by 5%. So essentially we're bumping up that 7.5 to a 12.5% damage mitigation off of that Veil, which is really, really nice. But it also works not just on AoE attacks, but on all damage from skills on that passive. So a nice passive to add and complement an already pretty strong and robust kit as a support rare champion. Again, he's tough to kill compared to most rares, because he's not that squishy. He's no glass cannon. He's got 1233 on the base defense. We love to see that from rares who tend to be a little bit feeble. So that's his kit, guys. Let's talk about why he's so solid and how I have him built in today's video. So check this out. My man, Shadowbow Tirlac. We built him in a slow build. Again, if you want to find out why we built him so slow, check out the video that's going to be released on my main channel in just a couple days, talking about the best rare raids released in over a year, I would say, on this dude. And that also speaks, I said that on this video, I'll say it on that video, I'll say it on this video too. It also speaks to the caliber of rares they're releasing. They're not very good, so it's actually pretty jolting to see a dude that you're like, whoa! I can use this dude in Faction Wars, I can use him as support in the early and the mid game, pretty much anywhere in dungeons, and I can use him in Doom Tower Secret Rooms in the end game. Finally, a rare we can actually get some usage out of. The bar is not that high is what I'm trying to say, guys. We have him built here in a stun set in Stone Skin 2-piece, getting the extra HP and resistance, and obviously the 18% chance of placing a stun. That stun is not predicated or not required to have any accuracy to land, okay? Debuffs off of artifacts don't require any accuracy in this game. So for that reason, we didn't build him with any accuracy because I really don't care that much about the weak version of decrease attack at a 50% land rate on the A1. To me, it's just not much of a game changer. It's a nice to have against bosses, but I'm not building him for accuracy, only simply for that one move. If I happen to get some accuracy substats and we land it, cool. So that's all we need accuracy for, which is great. So my total stats here are prioritizing HP and a ton of it. 71k. The second priority is going to be defense percentage. And then after that, well, that's it. I mean, he's a pretty easy champion to build. A lot of survivability and a big beefy HP to get more out of that shield on his A3. So why'd we build him slow? Again, we're going to be getting a lot of turn meter support from the Masteries, and this is a tactical decision that we've made here. Shout out to Murder Inc. again. I kind of got the idea from his video, and it was really cool. So, Masteries. We just built these on the other channel. I will give you a couple choices. So if you want to go all-out control, basically if you're using him in a Doom Tower secret room, there's a spirit-only rare secret room that's very challenging, I would switch from Timely Intervention instead to Fearsome Presence, okay? So if you're using him on Doom Tower regular floors, just trying to clear those waves, there's a lot of very difficult waves that your best bet is just running all out stun teams. So in a stun set, I would definitely pick up Fearsome Presence. That's going to bump that from a 18% to a 23% to land that stun off of his attacks, okay? So that's going to be very powerful. If not, you have a few different options. You can go War Master for a little bit extra damage, especially against bosses. You can go with Elixir of Life for an extra 3,000 HP total. Plus, you're going to get the Steadfast as well for an extra 810. Or, like me, you can go Timely Intervention. Increases champion's turn meter by 20% whenever an ally hero drops below 25%. So increasing that turn meter, but most importantly, is going to be Rapid Response. On a slow build especially. Has a 30% chance of increasing the turn meter by 10% when a buff cast by this champion is removed or expires. Again, he's bringing the Veil, which is only on one turn, so you get all of those immediately off for a turn meter bump. He's bringing the increased speed on his A2 on a 3-turn cooldown, and he's also bringing that shield. So a lot of opportunity to get that rapid response proc, ergo really increasing his turn meter. The other important one is Shield Bearer, increase the value of shield buffs this champion cast by 5%. So those are the masteries that I went with. Obviously go with what makes sense for you, your team, your account, and the champions around this champion. So in terms of reviews, he's basically, what do you call this? A 90, an A- total score? And I actually think this is pretty fair for the ratings in game. Usually we don't see him pretty fair like this, but I think these are really good. I think he's an A- rare champion in the game, which again is saying a lot. In terms of stats on our artifacts, we have HP percentage, we have HP percentage, we have HP percentage on the gauntlets, the chest piece, and the boots, respectively. Again, nothing wrong with going speed if you want to just build a speed build for this champion, especially if you're really relying on that increased speed on the A2 ability. But the slow build is nice because you can get those HP percentage boots on him. We also went with defense on the ring. Because we don't want to totally negate defense. We want to build them with a little bit of defense. He's a defense-based champion after all. And then we have HP on the amulet. We have HP again on the banner. So really maximizing that HP so we can get it all the way from a 15k base all the way to 70k. It's going to really increase the value of his shields, obviously. So there it is, guys. That is the build. Let's go ahead and try him out. All right, guys, so I have an all-rare team here to spotlight my man. I want to find ideally, we want to go with I hate to go stage 19, but it is all rare. And I want to go with, obviously, preferably a Force Affinity team or a Spirit Affinity team to maximize his kit and not let him die. So I'm going to go stage 19 here, and we're going to run Executioner in the lead with defense in all battles. We have Ashwalker, Khazard, and our guy, Shadowbow. The whole idea here is to stun lock. And again, you can use a strategy like this. We've said it before here, but this is my favorite strategy of basically running all of these champions in stun sets and just locking down the enemies. You can use this in Doom Tower secret rooms. You can do it in Doom Tower normal floors. You can use it on any dungeon. It doesn't have to be these particular champions. Just look for a champion with an AoE on the A1 or a champion with multiple AoE attacks or even one AoE attack on a 3-turn cooldown. Put them in a stun set and pick up Fearsome Presence if you want to, and pick up a support champion or two like Shadowbow, and you're going to be good to go because the enemies can't kill you, say it with me, if they can't take a turn. So that's the whole strategy here. Bleeding through these mobs, not too bad. I'll come back to you. Actually, you know what? I won't come back to you when we get to the dragon. I want to show you the turn meter increase from the Masteries, right? From Rapid Response, namely, because I'm not going to see the HP of our allies getting too low here. But he's going to go ahead and place those that decreased speed. Just watch when he places his veils, too. Look at all that turn meter. Okay, here we go. A1. Bummer. Well, that increased speeds are going to go off. There's a turn meter boost. Let's see if we can get one here on Executioner. Nope. Watch the veil. And this, guys, is why it's so cool to have him in a slow build, right? You can see that one-turn veil. That one-turn veil is going to come off pretty soon. It's a 2-turn shield, 1-turn veil. But you're going to start seeing these turn meter boosts, provided we don't kill the mob right now, right? Once that veil starts going off of my allies, you're going to see turn meter, boost turn meter, boost turn meter, boost turn meter. You saw it right there. Khazard also has it. Boost turn meter again. and all those Veils only being one turn, just going to be boost turn meter, boost turn meter, boost turn meter, boost turn meter. That way you can run him in a slow build and it'll still catch up to the rest of your team. That's the power of the rapid response mastery. So as soon as we kill this last mob, we'll be at the dragon. And we have the same thing, rapid response, as you can see on Khazar Depart. He is bringing increased accuracy to the table, right? And here we go against the dragon. And this is the type of strategy that I used when I was trying to clear content in the beginning of Raid Shadow Legends, right? Stun sets, building them nice and tanky, right? And the rest is pretty much, you know, just waiting a little bit longer. It's not going to be any speed run. It's no Poison Combust team. It's no Seer Karma Burn team. But it gets the job done, and that's the most important thing, to be energy efficient in this game, right? To make sure that we're getting 100% success rate on these battles. And you can see this team is actually looking really, really good. You can see more turn meter boosts. I just have my eyes peeled on Shadowbow and just watching for all those turn meter improvements. Now, right now, we're not going to really see it. He has no buffs on the team, but especially when he casts that A3 ability, there it is right there, right? Just watch. Boost turn meter. And if we went with War Master as a tier 6 on offense tree, instead of going down support tree, which are definitely sacrificing quite a bit on the shield and whatnot, but if we went that route on this champion, he'd put out, you know, a decent amount of damage in situations like this, right, against the dragon. Just getting those War Master procs on his A1. So that's why we have that option. And if you guys, you know, don't like sitting around for an extra 5 to 10 seconds per run, well, maybe you'd want to go that route on this champion. But for me, he's a champion that, to me, he's a great control, great support. We don't need a bunch of damage out of him. That's the job of the rest of the team around this guy. I don't like to overthink it sometimes, right? So again, we're seeing more boost turn meters. We're obviously going to kill the dragon. It's probably just going to take us a few minutes. Come back to you guys in just a moment. All right, guys, here it is. Hey, it took us 7 minutes, but we got the job done, and that's all that matters here, guys. Reliquary doing a good job keeping the team alive. And, of course, same thing could be said for Shadowbow. And come on, there we go. Ashwalker with the final hit there. So, again, gets the job done here. Nice support, increased speed, all of it adds up, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this guide on my man Turlac Shadowbow, or Shadowbow Tirlac. Thank you for watching, and as always, take care, guys.